Hey everyone, I wanted to share a couple thoughts about my article this week for Baptist News Global. It was titled "Why Women Talking Has Women Talking and Complementarian Men Fuming." It was published on February 14th, 2023 by Baptist News Global. And basically, the article was about a movie that is out right now called Women Talking. And the movie is about these women who had stood up for themselves after they were being violently abused by these men that they trust. And they finally said, "We've had enough of this. We are going to liberate ourselves." And so the Gospel Coalition had some issues with the movie. A review put out by Brett McCracken, who basically said took issue with the movie because the women were the liberators and the patriarchal men were presented not as the liberators, but were oppressing the women. And he wants the patriarchal men to be the liberators, despite the fact that this is a true story. And so he was a bit bothered by that, and so I wrote a response to his review of the movie. And so I wanted to just tap into a couple ideas here in the article that I wrote, and that is how your cosmology shapes the laws of your universe. Because I think that it can be kind of frustrating to figure out, like, what are these guys doing? Why are these guys operating the way they are? And I think it comes down to their cosmology. For example, your cosmology determines how nature operates. It shows how matter and energy relate to one another. And so you may have your laws of gravity, how we draw together. It's not an up down thing like we think about oftentimes, but it's kind of a center to center thing. How we draw from our centers, we draw toward other centers. There's an in and an out to it. There's a Quite literally in the cosmos, there's a circle dance to it. And so that determines that has implications for the nature of the relationships of those within that cosmos. And so in these guys, in the hierarchy of, or in the universe of patriarchy, it's a hierarchical universe. It's a hierarchical cosmology. And the cosmology of patriarchy is about power dynamics, about serving your way up the hierarchy, and about exercising power and authority over those below you. And so all of the relational dynamics within their universe are relationship dynamics of power. And so in the article, I talk about how these men are saying that we need to have our authority over women, and then when other men hurt women, then we solve that problem by exercising even more power over them. And so there's this Christian supremacist power over other power. And so within that universe, the law of that universe is quite literally an exponentially greater grasping of more and more power over others, because that's the law of their universe. And I think that we have seen the fruit of that in society. I think that we need to reflect on the what relationship dynamics actually do work better and are more in line with reality. That's not the point of this conversation, but just in this conversation, I wanted to ask ourselves, what are these men really defending when they grasp for power, when they talk about their sacralized right to power, and when they grasp for even more power? Are they really defending women, or are they defending their own power? And I think the answer to that is found in the way they understand the fundamental reality of the universe as based on laws of power. So if you want to read more, you can check out the link to the article from my website, rickpidcock.com, and that will take you to the article.